Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. I'm the Resolves and this is Wandering Combrei. So I've recently come to the conclusion that Alessi is just not very good anymore, as when we can't play it with a bunch of spells and we don't have cantrips like Levitate just to be able to keep you having a hand so that whilst you're trying to grow your Alessi that you still have cards to keep growing them and keep protecting them and keep getting them through. I've come to the conclusion that maybe Wandering Wisp is better. I've spent the past week sort of iterating on this deck, originally from Kamato I believe, and their version of the list did have Alessis in it, but I kept changing the numbers, just like going up on Wandering Wisp, so eventually there was no Alessis left. And of course that means that we've still got the Trailmakers in here, because the Trailmakers do make the time sources which just turn the Wandering Wisps on that a little bit sooner. So of course, as well, to sort of hit that time influence, we are playing a power base that is slightly more leaning towards the time side. Of course we do still have like 5 justice sources here, we've got 12 jewels, so it's not too bad, but the only real double justice spells we've got is like Sword of Unity, Vanquisher's Blade and Valkyrie Enforcer, and the sword and the blade are both sort of fine as late plays, so I haven't actually had an issue yet. And because we do have like Seek Power and the Trailmaker here, it's not been an issue just to be able to have that double justice. But for the most part, you will just be trying to ramp up your time sources just so that you can really get the Wandering Wisp out as soon as possible, protect it with Stand Together and just take over the game. So I kept a lot of the core of the deck the same. They make some changes to the market, but for the main deck here, it's pretty much the same. Just like Teacher's really good, Ironfist Chancellor is really good, especially with just the availability that we've got with these weapons. There are definitely a couple of matchups where you might otherwise struggle, like maybe about like tokens or some sort of Stone Scar aggro deck, where you can't just sit there and just keep paying 5 just to spell another 2/2. And of course I played a couple of matchups as well where I've just like had a Sword of Unity on the Ironfist Chancellor and just been able to really go wide. It's just impossible for your opponent to win. For whatever reason they still play, but you know, I like to play my food, so I'm happy with that. And of course this deck does have a lot of access to Stand Together effects, because we've got the Merchant plus 6 main deck ways of getting the Stand Togethers, as well as like 2 more in the market that we do have access to because of the Aurelian Merchant. So this deck can be quite a nuisance for decks that are trying to kill you with Hailstorm and Harsh Rule and then just like finish the game with whatever. You can actually just put them in positions where they're just unable to sweep the board and they have to try and win the game before you, which is unlikely because we do have a lot of tools to race, especially with the Sword of Unity, which, you know, just put on like a big boy and just get in there, draining a bunch of lives, game's over. So let's get onto the ladder, see what this deck can actually do. Probably spoke enough here. Okay, well, here we are the play. I'm sort of tempted to keep like this 1 power hand because we do have the Trailmaker to make up the second influence, but I think it's just a little bit risky. I'd rather just redraw on the play. Like, I'd like to get a hand where, yeah, so this is fine as well. Get to play Awakened Student on 2, like a Crest. With the power we've got, probably just going to be using the Temple Standard as a spell at some point later on. I do like to have the turn 2 free with the Awakened Student as well, so that's another reason why the Initiate that stands is real good. So could it be against like a Xenan mid-range deck here? Okay, so we've got a really Merchant as well, which is pretty nice. That'll be good, that'll help us find Stand Together, or maybe even like Sword of Unity. So Crest, I think actually another Awakened Student's fine just because it's another decent threat. But do we want a Merchant next turn? I don't think we do, but just having like more threat density is good against this sort of deck, so a 4/4 and a 3/3 play still fine. Okay, well they hit the Virus Favour, so it means I'm probably just going to play this Awakened Student down, and then I will play the Temple Standard as a power. I'll just crack our opponent for 4. I didn't really talk about the market, but we do have the Infinite Hourglass. I really like this in racing situations and against decks that are trying to slow down things like Permafrost. We do have actually quite a few ways of turning Permafrost off. Okay, suppose it's Spanish now threat, because we can Valkyrie Enforcer some of our threats. So I suppose we'll just play the Time Sigil here. This could be like the Cleaver deck we're playing against. So we need to consider, do we actually want something from the market here? We have got a Sword of Unity in hand. It might be a Aurelian Merchant do nothing, but our opponent's a while away from actually playing a threat. We can't get the Vanquisher's Blade back after we've got it. So this is quite an interesting one. Actually, yeah. I think we're going to get rid of the Vanquisher's Blade, grab a stand together. Then our opponent's got like exactly a turn to answer our board. And then we're just able to like stand together into, if we draw a power, we're able to Sword plus activate. If our opponent has like a hard removal spell here, that's going to suck for us. Yeah, so the In Cold Blood, this is sort of fine. This is just making our deck better. Because at this point they're not very good. Now we get to, well, be super happy because we've got a Teacher of Humility with stand back up. I don't think we need to worry about any counter spells here, so I don't need to like main phase the stand. I'd much rather like our opponent goes to use a spell here and we get to blow it out. Well, our opponent's got some decisions to make, so I also like the Sandstorm Scarf as well. I'm not just going to fire this off, although I will Chancellor because this way we get a little bit more value off our stand together if our opponent does try and use a removal spell here. So Temple Tactic is quite nice as well because it means we can rebuy our Sword of Unity later, as well as just being like able to, I guess, rebuy Teacher of Humility if we need it. Okay, well, here's the thing we were sort of worried about. Allow this to happen just so that our agencies don't get popped. Build them up, and what do we do now? So we can actually build up the Ironfist Chancellor, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll get to crack in with the girls here. So attacking with this is basically opponent's good, which means our opponent gets to game 4 while they're taking the 11. So it's going to attack with these two, so there's actually trade involved. Then I believe next turn, if our opponent can't answer our Ironfist Chancellor, they will be dead. Oh, no, actually, we'd need an undepleted power for that. But if they don't attack with this, we're just able to like Temple Tactic this, which is nice enough, really. Okay, well, opponent's at 6 now, so I need to consider what we do. So we do 11 here, and so I'm just going to fire this off anyway, just while I'm thinking. Because this will set us up for next turn if we're not able to figure out lethal. But I think bounce this. We attack with these, they block like the 6. Yeah, it's just maths for blockers, just get in. I was trying to figure it out, but it is like nearly midnight for me, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Yes, opponent goes to 1, which is sort of awful. So I probably should have counted there. I've just gone for the building of Ironfist Chancellor, but it's fine. Opponent has to answer like our entire board. They're in a combination, I can't do that, so yeah, drawing cards isn't great from either. But they do have 8 power in, so they could like double Hailstorm is sort of good. We'd be left with nothing then. Just weighing up for options, but yeah, I'm not sure about the Z initiation, but pretty happy with what we've got in the board, really. Z initiation is just nice, just to have like an actual interactive removal spell. I guess we're just doing this. So yeah, you can see, even like against the control deck, we're able to pull this off, which is pretty absurd. Really do like the Ironfist Chancellor, definitely worth the... Oh, I got a trophy as well, nice. Okay, so this sounds interesting. We're on the plane. We do want to make the most of that, and I don't think we will be here. We've got 3 pieces of time. We do need 5 really, but we've got option to pick up like another initiative need it, or the Wandering Wisp. But I think ultimately we do just redraw that. I think we can just do better on the play here. We just want to try and find a hand where we're able to just like make the teacher. So I will Crest here because this will be depleted no matter what. And a really merchant, no thank you. Just want to try and spike on like the underplated power. As we are on the, even better, there we go. Yeah, what was I saying? As we're on the play, we should be okay to place like on turn 3 anyway, on our turn 3 rather. Opponent really should be killing this now because we don't stand together in our deck. And if late gets our turn, yeah, I'm not going to represent stand. Just my opponent has the Annihilate, though he had to use it anyway. But like, just don't do that. Like, just use it on your turn because you can just get punished if I just like go on my turn, play my power, and then stand together. You just get so owned. Just it says fast spell here, but it doesn't have to be fast. But we are just cracking for 4 here. I'm just going to get the magic rolling. I am just going to grab Wandering Wisps here because we are quite close to being able to protect them here. And just a revenge threat against control, that's pretty good. So it's probably just going to be grab stand together at some point. We've got like a board we want. Okay, well, if that's what our opponent wants to do, I'll get rid of this Initiate. Just grab the Hourglass. We traded 1 for 1 for their spellbook. Let's crack them for 7. And then just turn off all over Permafrost in the deck. Kind of like Rinder's choice here to kill our Awakened Student, but that's fine because we've got like 2 spells out of it. And I suppose we've not really got much of an effect here because our opponent isn't trying to race us. But yeah, that's fine. But I think we put our opponent under a lot of pressure here. Just had to. I think they might miss the power drop on one turn. Yeah, we just had to like cull, not find power sort of stuff. But we have a long ways to do with Permafrost actually because we've even got the Valkyrie Falsa here, which I'm not above. Just like if someone Permafrost my teacher, I'm just completely not above just Valkyrie Falsa it, but I will Valkyrie Falsa this because that is delicious. Not sure what opponent's going to get here. Maybe it's going to be like a champion, which seems aggressive right now, but it is just like a 5/5 for 5, which is still sort of reasonable. You're having a good old rummage here. Maybe it's a burglary, or whatever it's called, burglarized. But could have just been that power. But yeah, you've got 2-1, and I'd like to attack, please. This is like the first time as well I've really just enjoyed playing a Combrei deck. Not playing the one with Wisp. Yeah, just want to hold on to them until you actually got like a stand together or something. So Hailstorms are fine here because we still do get the dude back. So this grabs as a time source, and our opponent's used a Hailstorm. I think because we've got like another Crownwatch here, plus we've got like one floating in the top couple of cards of our deck. I'm willing to sacrifice this one because this will get +3/+3 if it survives the turn. It is open to Vara's choice here, or Vara's choice, Vara's favour. But then we'll just get to crack our opponent for 6, so that's still sort of fine. Okay, so they got another Hailstorm. But yeah, just grab another Wisp. Just thin the old deck, grab our decent threats out. And opponent's dead, sadly, so we don't get to see how big and how quick the Wisps can actually grow, because this does count the card during your draw step. And yeah, sell off our opponent. Well, let's pull the Wisp out. She deserves to see the win. Don't matter how our opponent blocks, still take him free. Don't need to show him the Crownwatch tactic. So just do it anyway, why not? So yes, deck's sweet. It's like the first Combrei deck that I've actually enjoyed playing. Because I'm still like on complete life tilt from when I crafted those Reality Wardens. Okay, well, Wandering Wisp nice and early. We do have 3 sources of time, but we're on the play. We just want to make the most of it. When you're on the play, you just want to find this sort of hand, really. We will be... Well, we can't actually play the Wisp. I was like, do we play the Wisp on 1 because then we can play the banner? I couldn't tell the difference between like banner and sea, just get it mixed up all the time. But no, go to Crest, try and find like an undepleted power. No thank you, Vanquisher Blade. Because just the power of this on 2 is high enough that I just want it. And there we go. So just get greedy with your scries, it's fine. I can't play like Rip and Knife Assassin if they are playing Argent Port. Oh, just Ironfist Chancellor, that's fine. Yeah, taste it. So sadly, because we're against like an Argent Port deck, we can't play a Wandering Wisp until we can protect her. Just because, whoa, brief action. This must be like the Tavrod stuff. Okay. Well, I'm cracking for free anyway. I'm probably just going to block with Press Gang. We're at the point where we're like very close to just being able to play both our Wisps down and have the Sword of Unity. Winchester Merchant here could be fetching Harsh Will or something like that, but I think that's like unlikely. I am cracking with both the boys though. Well, boy and girl. Don't know. The Winchell's have genders? I don't know. So I think I will play both the... I'll play one of the Wisps. Because I can protect like one from Avara's favour, but if they did just like fetch Harsh Will, that's awful. Yeah, that's fine. But at least it sounds like our Crownwatch Press Gang, so that's fine. This is just +3/+3, so yeah, they're just attacking in now, just not on. That's even better for us. Okay, well. I suppose we'll go for max value off this. We'll just stick on the Revenge unit. So we'll get a 6/6 there. I won't kind of double block, but if this dies, it returns with Aegis and... Return with Lifestyle Weapon? Don't think it does because that comes from the weapon here. Returns with Aegis at least, so it's pretty nice. I think I won't attack here though. I'll hang on until I can do the Crownwatch tactic. So next time Paul's going to attack for everyone. Okay, so we'll get blown out there. We do just have a 6/6. But next time we're going to have a, well, it's going to be +3/+3 now, so we're going to have a 9/9 Lifesteal Overwhelm. So that's still fine. But yes, it's fine. We're going to crack in with the girls here. Just cracking for 14 juicy points of damage. Well, get rid of this because this is a nuisance. Get rid of this. So let's gain 1,000,000 lives, which is pretty nice. And we also get to set up. So we get to, next time we kind of draw, if it's not great, just going to mark it away. Just like grab a stand together. And then we should be able to set up, just be able to protect both the girls. Okay, so lucky us. We drew a card that was no longer good for us. Oh, is it Sword of Unity? Yeah, a deck with those cards in it isn't grabbing Harsh Will. Let's grab Sword of Unity. Play both the girls out. If get dealt with, get dealt with. Pretty sure our opponent isn't like Harsh Will in here with this sort of deck. Yeah, so now we've got these. I will cash one in just for a stand together. Yeah, I'm not going to see it, but yeah, it's probably fair. I was going to hang on a turn and then start attacking because they'd just be absolutely huge. They grow, like, from this hand they get like +3/+3 a turn, and that really catches up to colossal sizes. Okay, well, this is a sort of hand I like because actually we can't do what I wanted to do. We can't get the free Awakened Student on 2, but we can play Awakened Student plus a Crest, which is sort of fine. The way on the draw, the Initiate does sort of steal back the play a little bit, but without the influence, it's not really of much consequence there. Yeah, I think we can do better. Let's redraw this. It was a difficult one. I think that hand was definitely worth keeping. Yeah, this is much better. We get to Merchant on turn 2, which is sort of spicy, but not sure what we're doing. Or maybe like cashing in a Sword of Unity, who knows. This is like an Onibone deck, then the original hand would have been fine. But Seek Power means probably Primal Carrier or maybe Grandins. But unlikely to be like a Skycrab beatdown deck. But if we draw Time Source next turn, we are looking good with a Teacher. This is actually like an aggressive deck. Just having our influence fixed so we can start cracking on with these Sword of Unities. Because you don't need to get full value off this. If you're against like a beatdown deck, well, also we're not. This is actually just Primal Carrier. You can just get full value off this just by giving someone +2/+2 in lifesteal. Pretty hard to race, especially when all your stuff's sort of reasonable size, like Teacher, and even Crownwatch Press Gang is a reasonable size. It's small for a 4-power unit, but we'd have acceleration, so it's out early anyway. Okay, so Seat of Progress means we are doing it. If our opponent foolishly allows us to crack him with his Teacher next turn, then we're in a real good shape. But I think for the... if this is dealt with, I might just be Merchant in here. Oh, okay. They don't have Torch then. So I think we can just... oh yes. Oh yes. Infinite Hourglass. Paying for itself. I mean, this is a bit ridiculous, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't actually like the extra power because it helps with the Sword of Unity next turn. So grab Infinite Hourglass. Our opponent's a Primal Carrier deck now that's got... okay, so our opponent's a Primal Carrier deck that has the disciplinary weights in it now, so it should be in great shape. The Endurance here is never here and there, it's probably not going to do very much. But if our opponent doesn't like deal with our board now, ouch, that strategy has got to hurt. Then we get to Sword of Unity next turn. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it actually. I'm tempted to put it somewhere small so it doesn't get like torched. But I think with the way that the Sword of Unity works, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just stand together here. Just have a team that is resilient against harsh rule. And our opponent shouldn't be able to deal with this. But if they do, we've still got like grindy elements because we've still set Crownwatch Press Gang in. And just get those Wandering Wisps out. They're not excellent here because we are only at full time with the Crest in hand. But time's something you've got against these sort of decks. Especially when the hand's just like full of things that cost 3 more. I do think that Teacher probably needs examining. I think that disciplinary weights is still fine with things cost 1 more. But I suppose we'll wait and see. Maybe this is like just the linchpin in the format, keeping us all together, not just all being rinsed by the JPS unitless decks. Well, I think our opponent's going to Rope Town here because they've had enough. I gotta say as well, the avatar that we got from the Twitch promotion was pretty sweet. I'm not too sure how I feel about the card backs yet because it's pretty hard to beat the fall version part backs, but did experiment with them a little bit with the helpful Doorbot. Yeah, bonus off it. Unlikely they're able to win through this. That's quite the username our opponent's got here. So I think this is the last game, 5. I just can't remember. Redraw here. I think we'll just do better. That's not quite the hand I was looking for. Well, fortunately we've got markets in our deck. I think the Seek Power argument for like deck frames pose can do absolutely nothing, so I'd rather just Crest here, bottom anything that's a power. Initiate Sands sort of counts, so let's get rid of that. Could very well be playing Mirror here with the Crownwatch Standard. Okay, so let's start playing against the Argent Power. Ooh. Well, do initiate anyway, so this is just snap blocking. Crest here, we just need to find some sort of threat. Seek Power's not it. Just play a Initiate the Sands in Doomblade mode. Opponent might attack, expecting that we're just like not going to do anything, or they could just like trade Finest Hour here, which I'd be more than happy for because we are power flooded here. Yep, you got it. I mean, that just incentivizes more to block, I guess. Oh yes, Wandering Wisp is going to be okay potentially in this hand. Let's grab Seat. Grab a Time Source, fetch up another Time Source here. If our opponent just like plays a fat man, then we do get to just Vanquisher's Blade it, which is going to be pretty delicious. I would like to find a stand together before I start playing this Wandering Wisp. Just having much of power as well means that we can probably sort of sit back on it. We don't have to play all of our power out, so we could grow this up pretty quickly. Well, I'm willing to just like turn my power spells into Doomblades. This is fine by me. Yeah, I'm happy to just have like the biggest thing in the air. And if our opponent puts like a huge weapon on this or whatever, just trying to get in, then we get to Vanquisher's Blade it. I probably do want to save Vanquisher's Blade for something like a Tavrod because I assume that's what our opponent's playing. Okay, well, let's get to attack for free for, well, free. So leave as many cards in hand as possible. So with Stand Together as well, it's pretty interesting with Wandering Wisp because even though we play this card out of our hand, we're still going to get +1/+1 from it. So our opponent's standing, which means I probably want to stand as well. Just means that they can't like annihilate to respond to us. And then you see like our Stand Together has given our Wandering Wisp +1/+1 anyway. So this attack just for 11, yeah, that's fine. So we're going to get +4/+4 becomes 6/6. And can we actually race here? I need to give something back for this nerd. I'm probably just going to chuck the Initiate the Sands out. So that lifesteal turn for our opponent was really huge actually. We'll just crack in for 9. We can get additional free for 13. I'm much rather use the Vanquisher's Blade as like an actual spell because I think our opponent's going to play something as a follow-up. So I think I'm going to play this here just to keep this back. Not going to play the power because I don't think we need to. We're at 6 anyway, and even if we drop, if this gets dealt with, or we just chump with it, which is a likely outcome here. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why you want to keep something back, because otherwise we'd be pretty dead here. Don't be dead to like Finest Hour, so just block there. We do need to find a sort of unit here. Oh, Kabbal's Tactic is scary there. Okay, so maybe the Z initiation is going to come in handy here. I mean, really, I want to get Sword of Unity. We were at 6 last time, we could play it anyway. Let's race our opponent for 12. So this is an interesting thing. We can play Power this now, I believe. I think I'm just going to kill the thing. We've got other ways of winning the game here. Now, just having an 11/11 with Aegis is probably fine. Yeah, so let's kill this. Oh, our opponent just conceded to that. That's not what I was expecting. But yeah, I was completely like torn there. Do we just get the Sword of Unity and just like race? Because we're at 11, so we'd be at 20. Our opponent would have a 10/10 in the air, and every turn our lifesteal is just going to get bigger. But yeah, it turns out our opponent was just like a bunch of weapons in hand and just no threats. So, well, worked out for us. Got the deck tech. So I'm going to hope that you saw there that the Wandering Wisp is actually the real deal. It's super impressed with this all week, just been tinkering around with this deck. It turns out the easy initiation maybe does have a place in this deck after all. Again, maybe at this point it's the Sandstorm Scarf that is questionable. This was here mostly with the sort of answer the call Divining Rod deck that was floating around just to keep Rizans and Icarias and any other nonsense just on the ground where we can block them, not just like, surprise, take 20. But yeah, for the next suite, it's got a lot of play to it, it's got a lot of power as well, and a lot of late game, which is sort of nice because we are playing like 25 power plus another virtual 4 power here with the spells. We've also got 12 power dogs in the Initiate, Trailmaker, and the Really Merchant, so it feels like you should be getting flooded a lot of the time, but because you don't have the Merchant and the Crests and just things to do with your power, because you've got like a power sink with like Ironfist, Chancellor, if we draw extra powers as well, it's still sort of good with Awakened Student. So yeah, I think this deck sweet. I'd like to see how other people iterate with it, but yeah, I'm happy with where it is right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Having that as always. See you around. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello and welcome to my 38-minute discussion on the Answer the Call nerf, where it was previously a 6 cost spell and now it costs 7. 38 minutes later.